All right, Colts fans, what should the Colts do about Carson Wentz? Today we heard from the Colts brass at the NFL Combine. They give us a little bit of an idea about where they may be headed here in the offseason. Welcome inside the comfy confines of the Channel 13 studios. Felicia and I are here. We'll get with Angela in a moment, talk about the 60s that we enjoyed today, Felicia. How about that weather?
I know. That was a pleasant surprise, and I hear it won't stay around forever, but we're at least going to have a couple of days with it.
Yeah, boy, she shocked us when she mentioned, hey, we got 60s and a chance of snow coming up.
I know. Those are two things that should never be in the same sentence.
Right. So we're going to get with Angela coming up in a moment. Also, a friend of the show, Lauren Kostick, back with us tonight. I promise you, we will see Milo and Murphy in addition to talking about the pothole season that we are all undergoing and swerving around here in central Indiana. But let's begin as we do every weeknight here at 10 o'clock here on Facebook Live with Angela and talk about the weather. Beautiful day today, my friend.
66.
Woohoo. Yes, it was
66.
awesome.
It was awesome. We had plenty of sunshine, a warm day. 66 is 20 warmer than where we should be.
We'll take it.
So,
wow.
Yeah. And if
Wow.
you liked today, I've got 65 to 70 on the way for tomorrow. And I stepped outside just to see how nice it is out.
How was it?
It's still nice right now.
Oh, good.
In fact, most of us with mainly clear skies in the 50s. So it's been a very
Nice.
mild evening. And we talked about this during the early news. If you have to work inside all day,
like we do.
Yeah, it really is nice when we get a little more daylight. Sunset isn't until like 6:30, 6:40. And you have a little time after work to spend some time outside. We're at 45 in Lafayette, 51 in Indianapolis. We have 51 in Shelbyville and Bedford. We're down to 48 in Muncie. Middle and upper 30, so let's go 35 to 40 out the door tomorrow morning. Still cold enough that if the kids want to run out in shorts, they probably need a sweatshirt to go with those shorts or a hoodie or something to keep them a little bit warm at the bus stop. But we're going to be close to 60 at noon and highs 65 to 70. I talked with Grace, and those of you that follow me know she's in the northern part of the state. And I'm like, oh, are you enjoying this beautiful day? And she goes, no, it's raining here. I'm like, raining? And so when I got to work, I looked at the radar, and sure enough, there's this little boundary sitting across the northern part of the state.
Of course, right?
Yeah, so that's separating the cold air. Wisconsin, parts of Michigan were only in the 30s and 40s today. We were easy 20, 30, warmer than that south of that boundary, but it's that boundary that's going to come south that brings us a chance for a few rain and snow showers late tomorrow into Thursday.
We don't like that boundary, Felicia.
No, we don't.
Boundaries can be good.
We don't like boundaries.
Sometimes boundaries can be good, but when it comes to the weather, if you're on the cold side of the boundary this time of year and you'd like some spring, it's not so good.
Makes sense.
And it's not good for the potholes. I have to tell you, when I know you're going to be talking about this, but when I go home,
But break it down.
oh heavens to Betsy! So during the construction zone,
Hold on. I'm not going to let that go.
Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens
That's a
to
good
Betsy.
It's a classic.
Okay, I've never heard that
No?
before. No,
never?
that might shock you. It wasn't. It wasn't.
not in your vernacular.
It was not in my vocabulary.
Occasionally you'll hear her talk about that in
Heavens
the
to
back.
Betsy and
Wait, where are you from? I know
Here.
Here. Okay, folks, we're all still getting to know each other, so give me a second. But I just couldn't let that go.
Oh gosh, it's bad. I mean, it's bad.
It
The
is.
construction zone is bad enough, and then there are points that you have to almost be in the middle so that you're not in complete ruts.
Right.
And then you feel like, well, if somebody comes on my right side, I'm going to hit it's bad.
Yeah, and I know we're about to get to that, but since we are talking about it and the weather, how that impacts it, what's different from this year and last year in terms of weather?
Nothing.
Really?
So don't.
Oh, I
Public
thought it
officials-
was colder or
No.
something like that
I
you
think
were
they
going to
said
explain or
January
break
might
down.
have been a little colder, but no, we get this every year. So don't.
Okay.
Public officials can't blame the weather. They blame Sean all they want,
We
but
deal with it
it's
every
Angela
year.
said-
every year.
Okay, they were saying that it was a little colder. Okay,
little,
but
Let us know what the potholes are like where you live. Where's the worst pothole? What's the biggest pothole you've seen? Give us a street. Let us know.
And does it make you say heavens to Betsy or something worse?
heavens to Betsy or worse,
Probably worse if you're by yourself in
All
your
right.
car.
Well, while the three of us are here, let's bring in friend of the show, Lauren Kostick, tonight. We're going to get to your dogs in a moment, but you are working on a story about potholes. Tell us what our viewers are going to see at 11.
I really wish I would have interviewed Angela. That was a great soundbite. Well, people had a lot to say. Obviously, this is a huge talker. But it's frustrating, right? Because we've been doing this story, and it just seems like the potholes are popping up faster than they can fill them. And I spoke with a tire repair shop in downtown, and they said they're averaging about 40 to 50 repairs a day.
Wow.
So that's a day. So imagine a whole week. So you are not alone. If you hit a pothole, your tire gets busted, you're not alone. A lot of people are dealing with this right now. And in fact, the shop manager at this tire repair shop said he busted his tire this morning going into work. So.
Yeah.
But he goes first in line, though.
Right.
Yeah,
Did you make a point there?
But no one is immune to this. And in fact, we caught up with some lovely Hoosier drivers that were very passionate about this. So here's what they had to say.
Ooh, and actually, we're being told that we don't have that sound available.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I think those interviews got stuck in a pothole.
Yeah, but
So excited. Well, you'll have to tune in at 11 to hear that, because they were pretty passionate about this one.
I love when our viewers go on a rant. I love a good rant.
Right? And let's not forget DPW, they are doing work. They told us that the crews are working overtime right now on 10-hour shifts. So they are out there. There's just a really long list of potholes they have to fill. So they're trying to get caught up during this warm window we have.
Were there any potholes as big as your dog?
Oh,
Yes, so many.
it's in our parking lot.
I could put Milo in.
Heavens to Betsy, you brought that up.
Yeah, I'm not
our
paying
parking
for
lot.
that one though, Angela. You guys will have to figure it out.
All
I
right,
want that.
Lauren, let's go ahead and say hello to Milo and Murphy tonight.
Okay, did you hear them barking in the background? Milo
Yes.
is first in line here. He is
They
ready.
can't wait.
He's like, I am waiting. I've been waiting all day.
Murphy just kind of moves right to the front of the line.
I know, Murphy, no cheating, okay?
Is who's older? Who's younger? Who's older?
They are actually only 3 weeks apart. They are
Okay.
both
Murphy
around
just-
so my boyfriend got Mr. Murphy here, and then I got Milo a few weeks later. So
Oh, blended family.
right?
And they're both on social media, Felicia.
So, they have been
Scott, how are they on
practicing.
social media? They don't even have thumbs.
So Lauren, tell Felicia their handles on social media in case our viewers want to follow.
Okay, so Murphy, this guy over here, his is That Dude Murphy. I did not make that. That was my boyfriend. Milo over here is Milo_Golden Cavalier. So Milo has more followers right now.
Look, Murphy checked on him just in case he might have missed the treat. He was like, just in case.
He's like, wait a second, you're slowing down, Mom. They're really good at this trick. We have to can we do, you guys want to do buddies really quick? And then
Yeah, we have time.
We'll catch up. We always have time for
Murphy.
this. Well, we also missed them a couple of days, so we got to get an extra treat.
Oh, I love how they shake like that. That's
Here we
great.
go. Okay, Milo, your paw. There we go. Ready? Go
Pa,
team.
you hear me? Pa,
Paw, come on.
pa.
There we
Facebook
go.
friends are loving it. Renita says Milo and Murphy, ! Alicia says, I love the dogs. Brian saying, where is Milo? Perhaps he just tuned in a little late, but there they are. Milo and Murphy and Lauren Kostick. We love having the three of you with us every night. We'll see you tonight at 11, my friend.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so we're going to move from potholes. We'll obviously have that story tonight. Got to talk about Carson Wentz, right?
We have to. This is what everybody's talking about. It was such a busy day here in Indianapolis with the NFL Combine. I mean, everyone was paying attention.
And Taylor Tannenbaum was on the scene talking with the Colts brass. Here's her report.
Well, the first day of the NFL Combine gave us a chance to talk to Colts general manager Chris Ballard and head coach Frank Reich for the first time since their season ended early in January. And of course, much of the conversation today centered around Carson Wentz and his future at quarterback here in Indy. And as you'd expect, no answers were really given except for the fact that they're still working at it, deciding if they want to cut him, trade him, or keep him heading into 2022.
Jim, Mr. Irsay, and Frank and I will sit down over the next 10 days and figure out where it's going. But ultimately, we'll do what's best for the team, for the Colts, both in the short term and in the long term. As we sit down and work through whether Carson's the long-term best answer or not is the best way I can put it. We're not there yet. I'm not there yet. And that's something that we'll talk about as a group and move forward. And whatever decision we make will be the best one for us.
I believe in Carson. I believe that you know, I believe in him. I stuck my neck out for him. You know, I stuck my neck out for him. So, you know, last year I was a big part of that decision to get him here, and so, you know, I believe he's going to continue. I believe he's going to continue to have a lot of success at quarterback. That might be here. It might not be here. That decision has yet to be determined. So, but I still believe in the person. And I still believe in the player.
So, yeah, you still hear some confidence there from Frank Reich. Now, Chris Ballard said he did actually meet with Carson Wentz today for about an hour in his office. He said it was really good, but it's going to be a busy next 10 days for Ballard, Reich, and Jim Irsay as they decide who's going to be their guy under center next season.
Wow.
So after hearing that report, any thoughts?
What's the deadline again? March what?
I think it's
18th.
the 18th.
18th, yes.
They got to pull the trigger before then.
You're holding it in. Let it out, Angela.
It's a lot of money. I think we probably say goodbye. But as we've talked, who's left?
Yeah.
That's the
I mean,
issue.
are we
Who they
getting
gonna
Aaron
get?
Rodgers?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Look, if you
Do we
want to
even
get,
want Aaron Rodgers?
yeah, if you want Aaron Rodgers, if you want Jimmy Garoppolo,
Oh, I don't want Jimmy G.
you've got to trade for these quarterbacks, right?
Okay.
You got to make
so
a
we
trade.
need somebody that's just.
So who are the Colts willing to trade? They gave up a first and a third for Carson Wentz. So they don't have draft picks.
So I read a little bit more about this because I'm like, well, what does it look like if he stays? You know, because there's been so much criticism that Carson Wentz has had, especially with the last couple of games that the season had. So what does it look like if he does stay? And so the general manager was saying that he thinks that you got to take the criticism and be an adult about it. And he said that there's still room to grow.
Sure.
So he's given them the benefit of the doubt that there is, of course, some things that need to be fixed, some things that need to be kind of healed in a sense with the fans, I think. So the coach still seems like there's, coach and GM still seem like there's possibility for him to have a future here. So if he stays, maybe it could work.
Yeah, and I think if we had just made the playoffs, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But we went into Jacksonville and lost badly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and because of that, to a Jacksonville team that's terrible.
Yeah, I personally
terrible.
vote for a fresh start. We talked about this earlier.
I'm with you. I'd like to see us push on, but I just don't know what else is out there in terms of a quarterback. Carson Wentz may be the best thing that the Colts have coming up.
Maybe it's a good transition too. Like not everybody is meant to be your I don't even want to say that name, but you know, not everyone is meant to be your top guy. But however, yeah, he could be the transition that we need.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
All right, so if you missed our forecast at the beginning of the Facebook Live, how's tomorrow looking?
It's so nice. Don't let the kids go out in a sweatshirt or shorts and a t-shirt.
Right.
Throw the sweatshirt on just for a couple of hours. But by midday, we're close to 60, 65 to 70 for highs.
Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy. A new term.
You heard that term?
Someone called Merriam-Webster and let them know.
All right, for Angela, Felicia, I'm Scott. Thanks for joining us. Well, I'll see you tonight at 11 over on 13. Good night.